Yo, what's up YouTube? Alright guys, I got a package in the mail from viparSpectra. They sent me out one of their lights to do an open box review and some testing on it. I'm not sure of the model. I think it's their 100 watt model. That's usually what they send out, but most companies. But this is the light. I opened the box already just to kind of take a look and see what was in the box. This is how it'll come packaged. Obviously the cord won't be unraveled, but it'll be nice and packaged. But this is the light here. I gotta say, this is one of the heavier lights for a 100 watt model that is actually very decent in weight. It's got a decent amount of weight to it, and that's because it's got this nice heat sink on the back. Got the nice fins to dissipate the heat, which is pretty damn smart. The driver is mounted to the back, but it's not to the back of the actual heatsink, so it's not going to absorb or put any more heat to the actual back of the heatsink than it should need. It does have a built-in driver dimmer on the actual driver, but no need for that because they actually put a dimmer on the front of the actual LED. It goes I think it goes from 5% all the way to 100. Yeah, 5%. 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100, and anything in between that you want to put it to. So really high quality light. The driver is, oh no, it must be an in-house driver that they're using. But yeah, so it's not a Meanwell driver, but I've tested it and ran it yesterday just to see how it looked, and it ran pretty damn good. I didn't have any issues with heat or anything, but I didn't run it very long either. So we're going to go ahead and stick this in a small tent as soon as I pick one up. I haven't purchased a tent yet, but as soon as I do, I'm going to go ahead and put that in a tent. Probably going to use it as a veg tent or maybe a cloner, and then we'll see how it produces and runs, and then we'll go from there. But this is everything you can expect inside the box if you guys purchase this unit. The cord, which goes mounted to the back of the driver. It's a good length cord too. I would say it's probably like 5 foot, 4 foot. That's about 5 foot. So you got plenty of cord, and there's an extra about a foot on the 1.5 foot on the actual driver, so you have more than enough room to run it in whatever tent you're going to run it to. This is what was inside this is what the power cord was packed in. They give you some rope ratchet hangers with the carabiner, and they give you some rope ratchets. So the rope ratchets are pretty decent, just like every other rope ratchet out there. Yeah, good quality. And then you get the manual, and of course your Amazon or viparSpectra. I guess this is, I'm not sure what this is. I guess some kind of warranty card or something. Their contact information if you guys want to contact their support line or contact that through Amazon. This is how you guys can do it. And then their owner's manual. So let's go ahead and take a look at their owner's manual. They got some notes in the front. Includes IR, LEDs, dimmer from 5 to 100. Alright. And it does have a it is water IP65 rated, so you can get these wet, but just in case you're missing your tent or you're running a lot of humidity inside your tent, it can handle it. I wouldn't recommend soaking it or anything, but it definitely can be wet without it damaging any of your LEDs, and that's quality in itself, because a lot of manufacturers don't do that. They're starting to do it more and more as they get in more into the technology is starting to change. But that's a really good quality. Like I said, it's got a nice rubber coating on the LEDs, and you can take a look at them. I think they're Samsung LEDs, and I think they're LM30H Bs or something like that. We'll take a look now and see what it says on here. So using suggestions, they got their different models here. It goes the P1000, P2000, the P4000, as you can see, and then their specifications on what their hanging heights and their light cycle, all that good stuff is on here. That's good. That's good information for, especially if you're a new grower and you don't know what time cycles as far as a veg cycle or a flower cycle. This gives you all that information on here. And then you got the actual specifications of the driver and the watts per each unit, depending on which unit you guys decide to purchase. It goes all the way to 400 watts, 200 watts, and the 100 watt model. And the 100 watt model is gonna flower, or it's gonna flower at 2x2, and it's gonna veg at 2.5 by 2.5. So that's pretty decent for something of this size. That sounds about right. With 100 watts, that's fucking pretty damn good. Like I said, LED technology has come a long ways from HPS and ceramic metal highlight and double-ended HPSs and all that good stuff. Those are kind of a thing of the past. Some companies still use them, but they're just such light hogs. You get a 3-year warranty with this, guys, so that in itself is worth it. A lot of people only give you a 1 year or 1.5 year warranty, and they don't cover everything. Doesn't cover high moisture levels, so you gotta be cautious, guys. You don't want to have this thing in a really humid environment. It can get damaged, just like anything can be. But yeah, not bad as far as the price on this thing and the quality. Let's see what kind of diodes they're running on this. Does it say? I don't see anything. I'm pretty sure they're Samsung. Sorry guys, I don't mean to be wandering off here with the camera. They got some basic hanging instructions. Dimmer. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're Samsung diodes and high quality diodes. Like I said, they're pretty top bin for what they're being used for. And the life expectancy is about 50 to 100,000 hours, depending on how good you take care of your LEDs and how often you clean them. I like these units a lot better because the old school days with the box LEDs, you had to open them and clean off the heat sinks, and the fans all would go out sometimes, and it was just a pain in the ass. But this way, all you do is you come and you brush it down with the brush, or you can hit it with the duster, or however you guys want to clean it out. But really easy to clean. The front, you can just get a damp rag and wipe it down, and it'll wipe right off, so you don't have to worry about scratching your LEDs or anything like that. Like I said, it's got that rubber coating in the front. Really high quality, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and run this LED, like I said, in probably a 2x2, or we'll see what happens and what kind of 10 I pick up for this. But right now I'm just kind of have a lot of stuff going on, and I really don't have a lot of time. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this thing in. Come over here and unplug my air conditioner real quick. I'll just turn it off because I don't want to kick the breaker. I'm pulling too many watts. You guys gotta watch how many watts you guys pull in your wall outlets too, guys. Those wall outlets are only rated for, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4 amps, 5 amps, depending on how many wall outlets are connected into each individual. Sometimes they're in sequence where they have this one, that one, and another one in the other corner, and it will if you're pulling too many amps, you will kick the breaker or cause a fire. So this, I believe, is on the lowest setting, and we're gonna go ahead and crank it up here. And woo-wee, that thing gets bright. You might not be able to tell from the camera, but it is bright, guys. Let me turn it back down. Yeah, you can see the difference. That's the lowest setting right there, guys, 5%. And I'll put a watt meter on this later on, guys, when I get it hooked up to a tent, and we'll see how many watts exactly. They say it pulls 94 watts on the driver, but it's give or take 5%. So it could be a little bit more or a little less. It's usually a little bit more, depending on the type of drivers they're using. But these drivers I've never encountered before, or maybe I have and I just don't recall. But we'll go ahead and see how good they run. But I believe it says 94 watts somewhere on here, 95 watts or something like that. But yeah, not bad, guys. viparSpectra. Give them a check out on Amazon. I'll have some links in the description. I also got some discounts in there as well if you guys want to check it out. Yeah, check them out. viparSpectra, guys. High quality. Pretty much all the LEDs nowadays are really high. They're starting to get a real better. Like I said, from the days of the purple LEDs and HPS, things have come a long ways. These new growers nowadays don't really know how good they really have it. Having to deal with heat and just the sheer amount of electricity that HPS uses in running air conditioners and all this other stuff. It takes a lot of energy, time, and yeah, it uses quite a bit of electricity. But so LEDs have come a long way. Like I said, a 100-watt unit. Usually with something of this size, you'll be able to flower one big plant or two small plants, depending on the size of the plant. With something like this, I'd probably only put one plant under it. Super crop it, scrog it down, and you can definitely stretch that 2.5 flower area, or that 2-foot flower area, into about a 2.5, maybe a little bit bigger than that, and you'll still get decent coverage depending on how high you have the actual LED from the top of the plants. Let me show you something that I have. Oh, I'll do that in another video, guys, but I'll show you guys in the next video. I'm going to upload another video after this, so take a look at that one, guys. But yeah, viparSpectra, guys, take a look at their LEDs. And like I said, I'll have some discounts in the description below. You guys have a good one. Stay safe and stay medicated.